Hello, hello. Welcome back to the weekly Monday Motivation Podcast, No More Excuses. I am your host, Sandi Ballard, the super badass business coach. Why? Well, because badass wasn't enough. I need a super, right? I help you realize your badassness so you can do more, be more, and achieve more. And I recently had someone question me on that. She's like, well, I don't know if I want to be badass, but I do want results. And I'm like, well, that's what you get with me. Like I said, I help you do more, be more, and achieve more. And I'm a goal and results driven coach. So, at least by listening to this podcast or working with me, you are going to achieve some sort of result, right? All right. Well, thank you. Don't forget to check out my website, badassbusiness.coach. Connect with me on social media, and please make sure, even though I'm in 97 countries, can we get more? Thank you for sharing this podcast with others, and like I said, connecting with me on social media, because all week I will continue to post questions, challenges, articles about the theme to help you dig deeper and, yes, get the results you desire. Well, if you celebrate Easter, I don't know all of the 97 countries if you celebrate Easter or not, but here in the U.S., we did. So I hope you had a good one or just a happy Sunday. And we actually took a drive down the coast to just see new areas. With things being more open now, it's easier to explore. It's fun to get out of the normal routine and area and explore sometimes. Yes, for some of that, it's stepping out of your comfort zone. And for others who love to explore, it's probably been tough during the stupid pandemic, right? Yes, pandemic. We're sort of a mix of that. We were so used to driving everywhere in Indiana. So when we moved here to Cali, we were all about exploring. And then with this COVID happening, everything was shut down and you couldn't, or no bathrooms were opened, or everything was just closed. So, we're all about exploring, but we like to also walk. Like I said, we're from Indiana, driving everywhere. We wanted to walk and explore what's here. But now it's time to get to it. We're trying to find new places to eat and hike, walk, and who knows what else. Just explore. Trust me, we explored all we could within walking distance of our condo during the pandemic. So what about you and where you live? I spoke with some friends in the UK, and unfortunately, they're still closed down a lot, pretty much. She said they could start meeting in groups of 6, like outside. Here in the US, it depends on the state, but most are opening back up. And, well, Indiana is more open than here in California. We just got our gyms open, and Indiana's gyms have been open. So it just depends on the state. Well, hell, Florida's like running normal. So if that's the case for you, what are you doing to get out and explore or enjoy the world or your area a bit more? If your business has been closed or affected by the vid and you're reopening or fully or at least partially, what are you doing differently? And yes, many of us all had to pivot at some sort last year. And I've talked about that a lot, but this is something as simple as, maybe increased seating. A lot of restaurants and other businesses, you're able to have a little more, seats opened, 25% to 50% capacity. Maybe you're just doing appointment only or opening up from appointment only to no appointment necessary. What are your hours? Have they adjusted? I just found out when I was in Indiana last week. Was it last week? No, 2 weeks ago. God, that went fast. That the bank had adjusted their hours, so I couldn't get in there. And maybe you're just pre-selling tickets to control crowds or going all in, right? I mean, who knows? So what are you doing that's different than you were before with the reopening? And many of us, personally and professionally, have had to cut back and take chances and come up with creative ways to attract customers or to bring the old customers back, explore new ways to survive. Last week, I had a guest on my podcast, Karen Young, a business attorney. She shared her 3 tips on how a business attorney should save you money. And especially right now, as we're trying to figure out how to cut back and save money and do things differently, it's easy to say, oh, I'll just do that myself. And sometimes you really shouldn't, right? And yeah, it's one of the biggest things is setting up your business or looking at how you do your taxes yourself. Perhaps you can if you're savvy, if you have a small business or perhaps a side gig, or maybe you were or an attorney or a CPA. Then okay, you can do those things. I mean, I'm a business coach. I've owned many types of businesses over the years, and the two things I will not do myself, even though I preach, I even have a DIY coaching program online. Did you know? You should. You should check it out. But there's so many things that, I'll do myself. But those two things, forming any of my businesses, the structure, I don't want to remember when to file my stupid articles of incorporation or make sure I have the proper structure for the best liability protection and tax savings. And speaking of that, taxes, no, I don't want to understand all the tax laws, and especially with moving and the health insurance shit and now all the PUA money, that'd be the pandemic unemployment, whatever it is. The what? I mean, right? Exactly. How do you want to keep track of all that? So for those of you listening who are attorneys and CPAs, you're welcome. I'm pushing everybody to you. So let me know who you are. And after those two most important things that I will beg you not to do yourself, it depends on what you do. What's your job, your business? What's your skill set? The amount of time you have. If you have staff, volunteers, or even kids that you can delegate to. And again, maybe kids and significant others can help out at home so you can focus more on your business. The most important thing is what is truly a good use of your time and talents. Remember, there's a reason why there are specialists and different industries like you. So, as I'm thinking about this and was writing this week's podcast, the word explore kept coming up, and obviously you've heard it a lot, and it keeps coming up in my mind. So, let's keep exploring. Remember in podcast 260, I assigned homework. So if you haven't listened to 260, go back a couple podcasts, listen to it, because I assigned homework for you to do to help you determine what's on your to-do list that is not a good use of your time, and how to prioritize so you can figure out what you need to do and what you should pay to have done. And yes, for the time being, some things you may have to do yourself until we create a plan for you to grow enough and increase your income to where you can afford to have all those things paid for, done, and paid for it to be done. One suggestion, if you're just starting out or perhaps taking a new look at your budget, now is the time to put in the budget the cost of doing those things that are not a good use of your time. Put everything in your budget, and that's your goal. One of your financial goals is to be able to get to that point, right? Because many times people just say, oh, my goal is to double my income. Well, what for? So you can unload some of your tasks that you're not getting done. So, I've explored a lot about what's falling off my plate, what keeps getting forwarded day to day from my to-do list. And now I've created my not a good use of my time list. I have my found time list, and I have not a good use of my time list. And my virtual assistant and I are meeting this week to have her help me even more. So what about you? For example, if your role as a business owner is the chef, then you need a manager, maybe a hostess, at least a server, depends on the size, right? On a smaller scale, if you're a solo entrepreneur like me, doesn't matter if you're a corporation or a sole proprietor, just a solo owner, your role is probably going to be sales and business development. And maybe like me, meeting with the clients. So it doesn't make sense for you to do your social media, your website updates, and even some of the marketing. But again, if you are the person that meets with the clients, maybe the sales and business development is handed off to someone. Who knows? You can sometimes get 100% commission people. You can get, like me, a virtual assistant to help with some of those things. Explore. Explore what's happening in your business. Explore what is a good use of your time. Explore what keeps not getting done. Explore options to obtain the help you need. All right, so it's clearly obvious what I want you to do this week. Explore a bit. Take some time to step back and look at your business from the outside in. What do you see? What's missing? What's not happening? And what is happening in your business? This is strategy sessions. I do this all the time with people to help them do just that, to look from the outside in, to take it that step back. You've heard working in your business and on your business. But more than that, deeper than that, step back, envision a whole day and go, wow, or cool, And I encourage my clients to do this with me, or at least out on their own, get out of their office and take what I call a think day, or at least a half day. And do this at least once a year, if not twice a year. Again, this is what I help people do, strategy sessions. So contact me to help, Sandi at sandiballard.com. Direct message me, get a hold of me. Let me help you explore so you can grow and achieve the results you desire. All right? Have a great week, a great badass week of digging deeper, looking at your business from the outside in, no matter what size. All right? Look forward to hearing from you. Again, my email is Sandi at sandiballard.com. You can find me anywhere. I'm all over the Google. And make sure it's Sandi with an I. Have a great week. Cheers.